Today we are with Morgan Clendenen. She is the vintner and CEO of Cold Heaven Cellars outside of Buellton, California. She went from being a brick saleswoman, which is pretty amazing, into being one of the most celebrated winemakers who brought Viognier wine to the United States. So Morgan, you have had the opportunity to do what so many people only dream of. How did you go from selling bricks to actually making wine?
Well, you know, when I worked for a brick company, I realized I could sell anything if I put my mind to it. And I had always been interested in wine. I love food. I was just one of those kids in high school that never drank the beer. I was more interested in the wine section. And then when I looked at the physical act of making wine, I realized it was not rocket science. And I come from a family that's kind of a do-it-yourself, you know, have your dreams, but be prepared to work really hard. You know, my grandfather had cows, he kept bees, they, you know, had chickens, you know, so I watched this whole sort of farm to table, making of molasses, these type of things. I realized winemaking is not rocket science. I mean, there is chemistry in it, and it has a degree of difficulty, but it's nothing, you know, nothing more than really trying to figure out how to make a casserole in the end.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to make a really good, you know, dish, you have to have a certain degree of experience.
So, did you start out with one case of wine? How did you actually go from saying, I want to be a winemaker, to actually making it practically?
Well, I had been making a lot of noise about wanting to make wine when I was married, and my ex-husband is a winemaker, has a really lovely winery. I could not kind of find a place for myself with all the wines that he made. You know, obviously if I try to make those same kind of wines, it didn't have the same power. And so when a chance came along, somebody offered him some Viognier, I kicked him under the table. I basically started with 1,000 cases of one wine, Sanford and Benedict, which is what's here today.